Hey guys, here's another example for quadratic projectile word problems. Suppose a football player kicks a ball and gives it an initial upward velocity of 47 feet per second. The starting height of the football is 3 feet. Sorry, I kept writing. Part A. If no one catches the ball, how long will it be in the air? Other questions. Part B. What is the ball's maximum height? And part C. How long for the ball to reach its max height? So again, these are the three types of questions you will always be asked. You need to know which, I'm sorry about the blurriness, you need to figure out what is each question asking. Okay, so unlike number one, waiting for this thing to autofocus, come on, anytime. Okay, unlike number one, you are not given the equation this time. But again, like I mentioned in my first video, you are, for these types of problems in our class, you are always using the equation h equals negative 16t squared plus vt plus s. Okay? H, again, that's not the initial height, that's a height that you want to find. And right now I'm just trying to write the equation for this problem. T will stay always. V is your initial velocity, so your starting speed. It says it was given an initial upward velocity of 47 feet per second. So it's going to be 47t. And remember from my last video, S stands for the starting height. I have 3 feet. I'm not going to try to catch you on things like this, but do remember that your units need to match, meaning this needs to be in feet and feet. If this was in inches and feet, you'd have to convert one of them. It's just worth mentioning. Okay, so here's our equation for this problem. All right. And so it says if no one catches the ball, how long will it be in the air? So here's our silly little visual, but it does help people. And we got a person kicking it this time. Again, this is not drawn to scale. There's 3 feet. And again, there's its max height. No one's catching it. So we are asking how long until it gets to here. That's what part A is asking. How do I know that? Well, just draw it out and look at it. How long will it be in the air? Okay, so that means how long until it hits the ground. Basically, how long until h is 0 again. So this is really in disguise asking you to find the x-intercepts. This is like part C in the last one that I did. So I'm going to put 0 in for h in my equation, and I'm going to solve for t. Okay, so again, if you can factor these, sometimes you can go for it. I'm going to do quadratic formula. So negative b, negative 47, plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Again, we've done this many times before, so I'm just going to put these in the calculator now. So 47 squared, if you have questions about this, let me know, I can help you, minus 4 times negative 16 times, oops, I hit 19, 16 times 3. I got 2,401. I did not leave myself much room, but let's see here. I am going to now use my calculator to take the square root of 2,401, and that is exactly 49. So guys, I ran out of room. So remember, the two numbers you're looking at here are negative 47 plus 49 over negative 32, and negative 47 minus 49 over negative 32. You're going to put each of these into your calculator. I don't know why I just did that. So the first one's going to give you negative 0.0625. The second one's going to give you 3. Again, this isn't wrong. This negative 0.0625, this represents back here if the ball were to be at on the ground before the person kicked it. But again, for this problem, we can't have negative time, so that's not what we're looking for. Our answer is going to be 3 seconds. I know it's seconds because that's the unit in the problem. So it takes 3 seconds for the ball to be kicked and hit the ground. So there's part A. Part B, what is the ball's maximum height? Remember from your last one, this is always t comma h. How do I know that? Because t is in the spot of where x would usually be, and h is in the spot of where y usually is. So it's just, if it's asking what is the ball's maximum height, they're asking for h in this case. In part C, remember I like to kind of put one before the other to see if you know what you're talking about. How long for the ball to reach its max height? That's asking for time. And I need to know time before I can get the height. So I'm actually going to, just like in number 1, I'm going to jump down here and figure out the time first in part C. Okay, so remember, if I'm looking for T, that's the vertex. How do we find the vertex in standard form? Here's the equation. I'll rewrite it down here so I don't have to keep going back and forth. Negative 16t squared plus 47t plus 3. So remember, to find the vertex in standard form, sorry, I keep writing xt, equals negative b over 2a. I apologize. Come on, blurriness. So negative b is going to be negative 47 divided by 2 times negative 16. So that's negative 47 divided by negative 32. I apologize for this blurriness. So put that into your calculator, and you're going to have to round that. The calculator is going to give you 1.46875. And if you really want to write that, you can. I would also be fine with you writing 1.47 seconds. That would be okay if you round to the hundredth spot, 2 out. I'm probably going to use that. Okay. You could also leave it as an improper fraction. And you could leave it as 47 over 32 because that doesn't simplify seconds. So any of those would be great. So remember, you just found it takes about 1.47 seconds to get to its maximum height. That was C. Now we're going to go back and answer B. What is the ball's maximum height? What is this H value? Again, you need to think about, back when we were graphing these, how do you find the Y value of the vertex? That's really what you're finding right now. To find the Y of the vertex, you have to take the X and put it into the equation. We just found the X value of the vertex, or the T value, is 1.47. So I am just putting 1.47, apologize, in for T. And I'm going to use my calculator to compute this. Okay, so again, I'll take it step by step. I know some of you like to see that. So 1.47 squared. I'm going to keep all my decimals until my final answer. So 1.47 squared is 2.1609. Again, don't round until your final answer. 47 times 1.47 is 69.09. And then again, for everyone who likes to see every step, I'm doing negative 16 times 2. Come on. 16, what was it? 09. Multitasking. Okay. So that's negative 34.5744. And I have to add these guys to it. So I'm just going to throw, again, that's really showing a lot of steps that isn't necessary, but I know some people like to see it all out. So now I'm just going to add all these together. And you should get as your final answer 37.5156. I'm going to say that's approximately equal to 37.52. What's my unit? Feet. I know it's feet because that is the unit in the problem. So I hope these 2 examples help you. This is all we will be practicing for a while.